75 years since its founding, the People's Republic of China has transformed itself from backwater to an economic powerhouse. The country now embarks on a new journey as it navigates a complex global landscape, shifts to high-quality development, and advances modernization through deeper reforms and a revolutionary innovation. Join CGTN as we chronicle China's milestones from more than 7.5 decades of growth and transformation. Our special report, New China, 75 years on, only on CGTN.
Celebrating 75 years of the People's Republic of China, CGTN brings you the story of the nation's remarkable transformation.
From automated factories to cutting-edge labs, China is reshaping the global manufacturing.
With a commitment to openness, China welcomes international investment,
driving collaboration on a global scale.
From green hills to clear waters,
China safeguards nature for generations to come.
Across rural heartland, agricultural modernization is fueling progress and prosperity.
Throughout, China's rich cultural heritage continues to thrive.
A timeless legacy interwoven with the nation's story of modernization.
Experience 75 years of innovation, unity, and vision.
Only with CGTN.
On October the 1st, the People's Republic of China will celebrate the 75th anniversary of its founding. To mark the occasion, CGTN presents a special coverage, Way to Modernization. Our anchors and reporters are traveling 5 routes across the country, covering 16 provinces and municipalities in 20 days. Way to Modernization discusses the significant developments that have transformed China's economy, culture, environment and agriculture over the last 7.5 decades. Today we look at China's ecological civilization development and how it has fueled rural revitalization. My colleague Gasthoori Manickam and our reporter Kaiyi are live for us in Wusi Village, Deqing County in East China's Zhejiang province.
Hello everyone. Now, Kaiyi, first I have to say this is a huge digital map.
It's massive,
right?
Indeed.
I know, we're going to come back to this. Now, first, Kaiyi and I are here at Wusi Village, at the foot of Moganshan or Mogan Mountain in Deqing County, Zhejiang province. Now, we're just going to give you a bit of context before we get into why we're here. In 2020, as you know, China lifted nearly 100 million people out of poverty. The next step for the Chinese government was the Rural Revitalization Program. So that's why we're here at Wusi Village. We want to see how it has transformed under the Rural Revitalization Program. Now, it's the first in Zhejiang province to use a digital platform for rural governance, and it also promotes an ecological civilization town for rural revitalization.
And this gets in line with Zhejiang province's green program, which focuses on improving the rural area's environment with a focus on sustainable development.
Right. So now this map here, we have to talk to our viewers about this map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, the Wusi Village actually prides itself with a new model of rural governance. That's why we have Mr. Sun, Party Branch Secretary of Wusi Village here today. Thank you for joining us on the show, sir. We know that this screen right here is a digital village map. Almost everything you can think of in terms of the village governance, you put it in this one single map. It monitors in real time the change in and living conditions, the rural production, the environment, you name it. So just to start, Mr. Sun, could you just briefly introduce to us how exactly does it work? 能否简单和我们介绍一下这块大屏？
我们这块大屏是通过
so for this
地理
screen,
信息。
we have summarized a lot of information and also the big data, so you could see this digital map. We have 5 sessions in this map. For example, we have an introduction, so it is like a briefing and also a planning of the village. So first of all, we have to do the planning well in order to build a beautiful village. And the second is about the service, and also we have all the requests from the villages, for example, the healthcare and the medicine and also the education, etc. Everything we can find in this map. Third is about the governance and the management of the village. This is very important for us, especially we have to focus about the well-being of our villages and the economy of the village. The fourth one is about the village environment. For the environment, for us, Wusi Village, we have focused on the ecological protection, and this is also echoes to the model program in China. We have to improve the income for our villages, and fifth one is the village governance. So, for example, we have to respond to the requirements for the villages. So, by doing all of that, you could see we have 5 sessions in this digital map. So, we can serve our villages with the data.
So, aside from digital governance, we see we put a lot of focus on ecological protection. So, how did that concept and idea come about? 我们为什么会这么重视生态文明建设？
So for the ecological environment, it's very important for us because for our villages, we also have the same aspiration. For example, how we can live a better life, just as we did for people who are living in the city, in the urban areas. So we have to focus on simple things. For example, the garbage sorting and also the wastewater treatment, etc. So right now we could see we have very beautiful village right now. So for our village, so last year we have attracted more visitors here. Also we have some foreigners coming here. So we have over like tens of thousands of people coming here. These also help us to improve the rural revitalization.
Explaining to us, I couldn't help notice there was a chart on public opinions. So, Mr. Sun, I want to ask you, you listen to the people, get their feedback, and I mean, is this part of the initiative of improving people's lives?
那么我们这些年村民的生活得到了怎样的改善？
As for the livelihood, in order to improve the lives for our people, we could see they have a better life right now. So for all the villages, they have cars, they also live in a very good household. So when we are doing all of the job, we could see for the farmers, they can also do the hostels, and also they can open the bed and breakfast. As the improvement of the ecological environment, they have getting a better life.
Very much for your time, sir.
Thank you, thank you. What a great initiative, Kaiyi. I mean, just listening to Mr. Sun telling us how the villages' lives have improved, I think that's a fantastic initiative. And I want to pick up on what Mr. Sun said about international visitors coming here. And the thing is, this digital map is actually bilingual. You've got in Mandarin and English. So for international visitors, when they come here, it's easier for them to understand how Wusi Village works.
Right. And speaking of international visitors, Gaz, the tourism industry locally is bustling in recent years.
Right. We saw yesterday, right?
And not only foreigners, more and more locals are choosing this place as their holiday destination. And speaking of which, let us now hand it over to our reporter Chen Lanyou, who is at one of the local resorts. So Lanyou, tell us what you're seeing there.
Yes, Kaiyi and Gaz, I'm now in one of the 800 boutique homestays, or Yangjiale in Chinese, here in Moganshan. Well, with its stunning scenery and accommodation options for every budget, Moganshan has become a popular tourist destination for urbanites, especially from nearby cities like Hangzhou or Shanghai. Well, this trend has generated about 5,000 jobs in the hospitality sector here in Moganshan and has encouraged more than 3,000 young people from Deqing County to return home and start their own businesses. Well, annually, about 7 million tourists choose to stay in one of these B&Bs here in Moganshan and generating a revenue of about 3 billion yuan, or 423 million US dollars. Well, the concept of Yangjiale was originated in 2007 by a South African man who was on his bike trip, and he was captivated by the charm of Moganshan. Then he decided to stay here and renovate a castle which was built in 1910, the place I'm standing right now, into a boutique homestay called the Naked Castle. Well, I'm now joined by the regional general manager of Naked Castle, Mr. Marco Militzer. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, hi, and I'm very excited. Thank you very much.
So, Marco, I know you've been working in cities like Beijing and Sanya, and you're from Germany. So what is it about Moganshan that makes you want to stay here and work here long term?
So I came to Moganshan around 10 years ago because I joined a lifestyle and hospitality company, Naked Retreats, who's very much focused on sustainability and environmental protection and first-class service. So initially I led our first resort here in Moganshan, Naked Stables, and then was involved in the opening of Naked Castle here in 2017. There's actually a very interesting backstory to this resort. Our founder, Grant Horsfield, found ruins on top of the mountain and discovered the story of Dr. Duncan Main, a Scottish missionary who came to Moganshan around 100 years ago and built the first castle here. Well, and Moganshan, with the scenery, is a very pleasant place to be, so that's why I call it my home.
Fascinating. So I understand that ecological protection is a key focus during the renovation process of the castle. So can you share with us more about this process, and also what role does local government play in this process?
Yes, indeed, it was very important for us. For example, when designing all the properties and roads, we make sure that all the old trees around that area were preserved. And old natural material and sustainable material was used during the construction. And also the old paths and historical paths were actually being kept. Yeah? And the local government, extremely supportive, especially with all the compulsive regularity. So they were very helpful, and it helped that they had the same vision as us. So basically, cooperation, innovation, supporting each other definitely made this project the key to success.
Thank you so much, Marco, for your time and insights. Yes, indeed, ecological protection is indeed important. As economy grows, we must prioritize ecological protection. And speaking of which, let's look at how a southern Chinese city is promoting ecological protection. Take a look.
This is Changkou Village in Sanming City, southern China. 3 years ago, it made headlines by securing the country's first forest carbon credit stamp, with locals earning money from the scheme.
We each received 150 yuan from the sale.
Everyone found it incredible and amazing that even air could be sold.
Well, the sale wasn't exactly of air, but the net carbon sequestration of trees over a 5-year period. Unlike typical carbon trading schemes in China and elsewhere, which focus on newly planted forests, Sanming's innovation credits existing trees. The Sanming Forestry Bureau spearheaded the initiative.
On the 23rd of March, 2021, General Secretary Xi Jinping visited Sanming for an inspection tour and proposed the need to explore and improve mechanisms for realizing the value of ecological products. That was a catalyst.
Just 2 months after President Xi's visit, in May 2021, the Bureau issued its first forest carbon credit stamps. Since then, nearly 50 such projects have been launched in villages under Sanming City's jurisdiction, generating 2.3 million yuan or $330,000 in carbon trade. The extra income aims to better protect local forests and raise awareness about their ecological value.
Carbon sinks are actually one of the most environmentally friendly, cost-effective, and practical measures.
People's attitudes and perceptions about this idea are changing, and the shift is growing. By protecting our forests, we can gain even greater economic value from them.
A local afforestation company compared a well-managed forest plot with one that has not been fertilized and weeded.
The total timber volume here is 14 cubic meters per mu, while the adjacent area only reaches 7 to 8 cubic meters per mu, which is about a 40% difference.
the managed plot grew at a faster rate, therefore absorbing more carbon. Other provinces have begun issuing their own forest carbon credit stamps. But one challenge is the lack of wider recognition for these stamps. They don't count as China's certified emission reductions, known as CCER. This means the stamps cannot be used by major emitters to meet their carbon caps. Still, planners hope a national standard will be established to give the stamps wider tradability. Changkou has become a monument in China's ecological campaigns. In 1997, then Provincial Deputy Secretary Xi Jinping remarked here that lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets. This slogan, etched in stone at the village center, served as a guiding principle that economic growth and environmental preservation must go hand in hand. Chen Mengfei, CGTN, Changkou Village, Fujian Province.
Wow, it's inspiring to see so many different cities committed to sustainable development. Well, now I'm going to go get ready to show our viewers more of Nikkei Castle on our CGTN social media platform. But now let's hand it over to Gas and Kaiyi to see what else they have prepared for us. Back to you, Gas and Kaiyi.
Lanyou, thank you for the great report. Kaiyi and I are actually going to crash a party of these lovely young people.
Hi.
Can we join you guys?
Can we join you guys?
Thank you. Thank you. So we are at an RV camping base inside Wusi Village. And now this is part of the village's efforts to promote ecotourism. And do you guys, do you come here often to catch up with your friends?
Yes, quite a lot.
Right. Why don't you guys just introduce yourself?
Oh, hi, I'm Bonnie. I used to study and lived in overseas for 8 years now and moved back to Moganshan, currently running my own digital nomad hostel at the moment.
Hi, I'm Huan. I normally live in Shanghai. I have an art program in here. We organized art exhibitions, we organized music concerts, and then we do culture transmissions in Moganshan.
I'm Yu. I studied in Germany before. Right now, I come back to run a homestay, basically to make it a space for cultural exchange and communication, so people can have their own voice here.
Hi, I'm Dan Hong. I manage a homestay here, and the environment and people here is very good. So welcome to Moganshan.
So you've been here all your life in Deqing County?
Yes,
wow.
I never left.
Never left? Wow, that's really nice. What about you?
I'm Jiang Zampeng. Also, my hometown is just here. So I'm doing the outside work, for example, climber, hiking, and the kayak.
Okay.
Just like nice. And I also see there's a lovely spread of local delights here. I recognize this one. We tried it yesterday, right?
On this yesterday. Those are peanuts and
yes, peanut and sweetened bamboo shoots. It's really lovely, and you can only find it local Moganshan. And please try the Mogan Huangya tea.
And this is one that's unique to the region, right?
Yes, you can only find it here, and it's quite famous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
do you guys want to try?
Yeah, please.
Let me pour you some.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a try.
Shall we? All of us?
Yeah.
Cheers. Nice to meet you guys.
Cheers.
Oh, wow. This is actually this is green tea, right?
Yeah, this is green tea.
You see, I don't drink a lot of green tea. I actually drink more Hong Cha, black tea. But this one, I must say, it's so light and refreshing.
Yeah, and I have to say, I don't drink tea too much, but, I can get used to this.
Yeah.
So some of you just mentioned you studied abroad or you lived in nearby cities. So what drew you back to your hometown?
For me, I have lived overseas for 8 years. And I feel like, and I moved back to Shanghai for 1.5 years. And I find here, because I'm local here as well, so the environment, of course, I'm close to my family, the greens, and also there's more opportunities here compared to mega city.
I've been living in Shanghai, for a long time, but since we have this art program in here, I come here very often, almost every week. and meet my friends, and we like doing music concerts in here, and meeting new people in here, and that's what we do.
It's very interesting, Kaiyi, that she said there are more opportunities here. Lanyou, in her earlier report, she was talking about how homestays were driving, more tourism were coming in here. The job market was boosted by that. So that's a very interesting thing that, you feel about Moganshan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, all of you, you do different, you offer different activities or services to people from young to the elderly. What kind of trend are you seeing among your visitors? And what is attracting them to Moganshan?
I think definitely the environment, the green, the bamboo forest, the beautiful hill, Moganshan here. And also I think outdoor, definitely a big element here in Moganshan. The trial round, there's the biggest race here like in November every year. Okay. And also like what Zhejiang is doing, like cycling as well. I think that's definitely what attracts people attention, especially young people.
Yeah, obviously it's very beautiful. And the things that I found out is not just like the countryside, like you were being. It's very convenient. Like you got everything you need. So which is like it's totally the same, which is like you live in the city.
You see, I'm going to pick up what you said. Everything here, and you're absolutely right, because when we first came to Moganshan, remember we were talking about it, and we blew out of our expectations. We thought it was going to be a really rural area, but it had everything, which was amazing, right?
Yeah. And once again, thank you so much for your time, guys.
All right, guys.
Yeah. So nice to meet you guys.
Thank you. We crashed into your party.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As we just heard, guys, more and more people choose to come to Moganshan. It's because of the eco-friendly lifestyle here in Deqing County. And it's interesting to see that it's the young people here who are driving the trends.
Absolutely. And one thing also, during our time here, we saw how Wusi Village has completely transformed under China's rural revitalization program. It is the first in Zhejiang province, we mentioned, that uses a digital platform for rural governance. It also promotes ecological protection as part of its efforts to transform the village and improve their lives. So I think it's a great initiative. The government actually, in a roadmap earlier this year, plans to expand this program to include e-commerce, sky-tech development, logistics, and ecotourism. So Kaiyi, I think it's a great initiative.
Yeah, and I guess maybe that's all we have here. But before we go, guys, I heard you were out enjoying the view the other day and did a vlog on it, right?
Yes, I did horse riding.
Yeah,
yes.
How about we check it out?
Sure. What better way to start my day? A cup of latte in the picturesque Moganshan Town in Huqiu, Zhejiang province. If you want to escape the hustle and bustle of city life, this is it, the best of country life. From hiking, biking, paragliding to bamboo shoot harvesting, experience the beauty of rural life. For me, it's horse riding. I'm all set. Hi. There are several types of accommodation here. Most of them are surrounded by lush bamboo forests. With an eye on sustainability, they maximize the use of natural resources in Mogan Mountain. The beauty of Moganshan Town is timeless.
And Marco and I will take you guys to explore more of the castle. So
definitely.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Marco, can you tell us what kind of activities this place offers for tourists?
Well, basically we have, one of them is like our outdoor archery. Yeah? Then we have a beautiful lawn where we do lawn bowling. But the key attraction is definitely our heated infinity pool.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's definitely attractive.
Wow.
And then we have a number of indoor activities. you know, like
I saw pottery.
Pottery, for example,
yes.
yeah. You know, tofu, yeah, as I said, tofu making, bamboo making. So, because the intention is that we give our guests something to do, you know, so that they get involved in activities and not just watch, you know. So that's the idea. And yeah, it works quite well.
And at the meantime, enjoy the beautiful scenery Moganshan has to offer.
Absolutely. So as much as possible, we really want to get them outside.
Yes.
You know, so basically, yeah, so we want to get them outside so that they'll be outdoor and just enjoy nature.
Yeah, and I also saw a path just lead directly to the Moganshan tourist site from this place, right?
Yes, so they
can explore more of the wilderness.
Yeah, exactly. They call it the 100 steps, but I think it's a little bit more because I counted one. But it's, yeah, it leads directly.
How many?
You counted? I think it's like 350.
Oh, wow.
You know? But it leads directly to the Mogan mountain. Okay. And so we have a lot of guests coming up, going up or coming down. So definitely a good place to be. Yeah.
Wow, what do we have here? A historical site. Can you tell us more about this site?
So yes, definitely. So this castle was actually newly rebuilt, but there used to be an original castle here over 100 years ago, built by a Scottish missionary, Dr. Duncan Main.
In 1910.
Yes.
So 100 years ago.
Correct, yeah. And actually this part here, this staircase and this part of the wall, this is what is left of the original castle, you know, so it's definitely a historical site, you know, and time, you know, it's like passing by. So it's very...
So visitors can't go from this side, right?
Well,
because it's a historical site.
It's historical.
It's better to protect the site.
Well, it leads to actually, there's no end, but it's just really a nice place, and yeah, just to show it, right?
Yeah, fascinating. So speaking of ecological protection, can you expand this topic for us? Because we just mentioned it during the live cross.
Yeah, so one thing is definitely the material which has been used, right, for the building, the sustainability, natural material, so very important. But the part of the design, you know, was, and we would see this in front of the castle actually, that we really see, oh, you know, to preserve trees, you know, to not cut them and then build around it. You know, there's actually further down, there's one building which has been designed in a way so that the tree right fits. So it's very, very conscious decision to be made. And yeah, and I said to bring this concept also close to our guests, you know, when they're staying here.
Yeah, fascinating. So how long have you been here? Like
oh, myself,
how many years?
No, myself over 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And
in Moganshan alone?
In Moganshan, yeah.
Wow.
So I do some travel as well because our company has different resorts in Zhejiang and Jiangsu.
Yeah, and across like different parts of China.
Correct, yeah. So yeah, and
so that's the main gate?
That's the main gate.
Wow.
That's the castle, and it's really yeah, it's like, it feels like a castle. And you know, I'm from Germany, so they have a lot of castles. So in the beginning I was
so this architecture must be familiar.
Yes, definitely.
From what you have back home, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you the doors, and now we enter the lobby, you know, and
wow,
it's just really
look at that, that's gorgeous.
Definitely a very, very special place. And
what do we have here?
Yeah, so this is like pattern, because it was built, or the idea is from a Scottish missionary, right? Dr. Duncan Main.
Oh, so that's the Scottish pattern.
Exactly. Here we go, right? So to bring also this this idea and this yeah, this history, you know, and communicate this to our guests. Yeah.
Fascinating. I heard piano.
Here we go. Yeah.
Let's go check it out.
Yes, in our sitting lounge. So it's that's where we actually also serve the afternoon tea.
Let's take a moment to enjoy the music. It's beautiful. So this part is the afternoon tea area,
yes,
I guess?
Yes.
round of applause for Nadia. Fascinating. All right, joining us now is Nadia. She is the ambassador of Naked Castle. Do you want to say hi to our viewers?
Hi, everyone.
So Nadia, can you take us a tour, on a quick tour of this castle? And thank you so much, Marco, for the introduction. Nadia will take over from now.
Sure. Welcome to the Naked Castle. So this is one of Moganshan's jewels, one of the treasures of Moganshan. It is a very special resort in the respect that not only is it a very well-renowned resort in the industry, but also it is.
Yeah, you can just put it here.
Put it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's also a leader in ecological resorts, as well as, you know, it provides a lot of opportunities for the local people.
Yeah, and it has a history of over 100 years,
It
right?
has a very good history as well, so it is.
Yeah, we can see some historical pictures
It
here.
has played a very important role in the history of Moganshan. So,
So can you give us a brief introduction about the pictures, the story behind the pictures?
Certainly. So this is Dr. Duncan Main, and this is his wife, Florence.
Dr. May is the Scottish missionary who built this castle
He is the
in
Scottish
1910.
1910, yes. He built the castle in 1910, and he was a very, very well-loved, very well-known doctor. He did a lot of amazing things, and he was also the first person to build in Moganshan.
Wow.
And he...
starting a trend.
And if you look out of a window, you can see lots of villas and things over there.
Oh yeah, actually let's take a look by the window. So you just say like those are the villas,
The villas that
built
were all
after
built
this
after
castle.
Dr. Duncan Main
Yeah,
built
let's
the
take a
castle.
quick look of the castles, I mean villas over on the Moganshan mountain. Wow.
Most of these villas were built in the 1910s, 1920s, and 1930s. So now Dr. Duncan Main was the first one to acquire property here. So here is the original title deed for the land that was given to him. So this you can see the original plans of the castle.
Oh, so that's the gate, the main gate?
This is, yeah, they don't have the main gate on this picture, but this is basically what it looked like. And you can see over there, there's a picture of what it looked like in 1910, and here's a photo of what it looks like today.
So what do we have here?
So this is the library, and also we have some photos up here of Dr. Duncan Main and his family, and also the family tree.
That is very well decorated. Reminds me of Hogwarts.
It is. We have to give credit to Delphine Hippers, the founder's wife. She's an architect, and a lot of what you see in the castle is designed by her. And every little detail that was so well thought out, and so much effort and love put into every little detail that you can see here.
So how's like your experience working here? Because it's such a beautiful place to be here, you know. So can you tell us more about your personal experience? Yeah.
I love
Let's
it to
keep
work
exploring.
here. I love working here because it is absolutely amazing place. I mean, the view, my office has the best view. Every day I get to see this, and you know, it's every day is different because it looks different with every season. And the fresh air, of course.
Yeah, the temperature, the air is absolutely fantastic here.
It is amazing, and also the, you know, the quiet, the peace and the quiet, and just being out in nature all the time. I really enjoy being out in nature and living in this beautiful place.
Yeah, fascinating. So how long have you been here?
I've been
in
here
China
since the 19th of October 2017,
so so
coming up to 7 years.
Wow.
So
how do you find like being a foreigner to live in this part of the country? Is it hard at first?
I have to say, in the beginning it was a bit of a culture shock, but we had such amazing support from the community members and also from the local government. They are incredible at helping us integrate into this, you know, new society that we have to get used to. And they really make us feel welcome and feel part of the community. They have lots of events where they also teach us about the culture and the local customs and all of that. So they really go out of their way to help us to integrate into, and now it's become home. I love it here.
Yeah, nice to hear. And I also couldn't help to notice your outfit today, because Marco was just giving me an introduction about the Scottish element here in the castle. So could you tell us more about your outfit? Because I just noticed the pattern matches with what we have on the wall.
Yes, so this is a Scottish uniform. And it's a combination of the male and the female uniform. Usually the females wear the long skirts, but it's, you know, a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, and especially in this hot weather in summer, the shorter skirts are better. But this is called a kilt in Scotland. They call it a kilt.
Cute. And what is about this bag? This is so cute.
This is a tartan.
So cute. What is it called?
A tartan.
A tartan.
Now, tartans are usually made out of...
So traditional Scottish?
It's very traditional Scottish. It's basically a man bag. So you have somewhere to put all your stuff. And the print actually is very special, but it's called tartan print.
Wow, I kind of want to give it a try.
You should.
Yeah, maybe later. So what do we have here? Oh, that's the balcony.
So yeah, this is my favorite part because
Marco and I were also doing some introductions here at the balcony.
Absolutely.
Overlooking the beautiful Moganshan.
Moganshan is indeed beautiful. I feel really lucky to call it my home.
And you also mentioned about your role at the police station. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, sure, certainly. So I'm volunteering with a local PSB. I volunteer for them. I work kind of as a community mediator. So my role is basically to assist the police in handling matters that, you know, because sometimes there's a bit of a cultural and a language barrier. So
between foreigners first come here.
And also recently they've introduced a new system that they have introduced a new system where I also assist them whenever there's matters that, you know, the foreigners are unhappy about, some matters that arises. So it's my role to mediate and see that there's a resolution between everyone. Everyone leaves happy, everyone understands the law, and that it gets implemented in such a way that nobody is upset and everybody's happy and the law is being upheld.
I assume you must be super busy, like working here, and also work as a mediator for the foreign communities and the local.
I enjoy my role. It makes me feel more part of the community, and I mean, China has given so many amazing opportunities for me, so I feel it's only fair that I pay back to the community that has welcomed me with such open arms.
Wow. Okay, let's walk a little towards that side. Wow. So this is, I assume that's the Moganshan, like the overall view, right?
This is the best view. You don't see a lot of buildings, and it's
so actually the villa is right over there by the other side, right?
Yes, there's a lot of villas up in the mountains. This is a protected area, so people are not allowed to drive there with their own cars.
So that's also like a huge historical site over there.
All of this, there's a lot of important people that built villas in the 1920s, 1930s. It has now become the main tourism area of Moganshan.
Nice. So besides the castle, like what else does Moganshan offer to tourists?
Oh, there's so much. There's so much to do. There's some places that has hot air balloon rides. There is river rafting. There is horse riding. Just about anything adventurous.
Yeah, I actually went to the Adventure Park by Discovery, the show, and it was fascinating. And I think that's the world's first Adventure Park by Discovery. Yeah, and it calls Moganshan its home.
It's incredible. Like I say, there's so much to do and see. And if you're into adventure, this is the place. It's also the place where you can reconnect with nature and go hiking, biking, whatever, and just take in, you know, and just for a moment be quiet and appreciate and just understand that we also have this beauty and that we need to look after it.
To appreciate the Mother Nature. Yeah, let's give our viewers a close-up look of the Moganshan mountain. All right, I think it's about lunchtime. How about we go grab some Moganshan specialty?
That sounds really
leave our
great
viewers
idea.
with this beautiful scenery of Mogan Mountain.